Good evening, everyone, on this Tuesday evening. We have now got track down. Only temporarily, but this is a big step forward from last time. And I apologise for the lighting in advance. It's not great. This room ain't got no natural light, so I got the light on the camera, and this is the best I can come up with. So this video today is the first one in a while, because the last video was a month or two ago showing you the Flying Scotsman bundle or all my TT, everything I've got so far. But we have had a lot of problems with the Flying Scotsman, which is now running round. It's been back to Hornby twice, and it's a long story. I'll go into it shortly, but now it's back and it seems to be working very well indeed. So yeah, the purposes of this video today is to show you what you get in the TT Flying Scotsman bundle from Hornby. So you'll have to excuse the 208s down here and the Pullman coach. Obviously this isn't included, but all this track you see down here is what's included in the bundle, plus the four Pullman coaches here with lights. So you obviously get this controller here, this analog controller. I put my Gauge Master one on it now, which is a superior controller, so it does run better with it. But these controllers get a lot of slate, but I think they're good for a train set controller. For starting off, it gets you going, it gives you you can run the trains. You got decent enough control off of it. As a starter controller, I think is excellent. Yeah, obviously these are the other bits you get. Obviously that's the boxes there for the 4 Pullmans you get with it. You get track packs 1 and 2, which you can see on the layout, and obviously you get curves and the straights that you need to be able to create a full oval. And you get a re-railer. That's the detailing pack for the Scotsman there. And these are what do they tell you on the back here? Track power connecting pins that come with it. Obviously I've got the instruction. That's the instruction manual for the Flying Scotsman there, ready to fit the sound decoder that I've got here. Got that there, and the power pack I need, and also the digital. I've got the digital track piece that is different to this. It's a special digital one, and I got the clips for the points, just for a temporary digital layout, because I will set up the other track. I got the other track packs, etc. I will set up so you got the whole complete setup when it's digital. But for the purposes of this video, for the last few weeks, I've left this track down as it is to show you what you get in the bundle. At first I thought it was 2 loops, but it turns out it's not. You do get so you get track pack 1 and 2. Track pack 1 is obviously that side in there, and then when you get track pack 2, that curve comes with it, and then track pack 2 comes round to there. But I would suggest, if you do order the bundle, maybe just to order track pack 3, and then you got 2 continuous loops then. So, but is it value for money? I think it was £326, but my wife's got a blue light card, so she kindly got it for me for my birthday and got 10% off, so it comes to under 300 quid. And I think, yeah, it's a shame you can't use your TT discount and get the 15% off on it. It doesn't allow you to do it because the item's already discounted. But to get you started and to get a nice Loco and some nice Pullman coaches and some track, definitely a good way to get you started. Anyway, I'll show you a closer up now with a flying Scotsman. The last video was just it in the box. There it is there. We'll just reverse up a bit. It's a beautiful model. Really well detailed. It's just a shame because it seems like I had the one that was built on a Friday afternoon, so to speak. The first issues with it was opening it out of the box. The valve gear was damaged and missing. Part of it was hanging off. So I sent it back to Hornby, come back, ran it in, left it running, then it just shorted out. Got it running again, then it kept doing the same thing. Couldn't get no life out of it. So I went back to Hornby again last week and they fitted a new motor. So seems all good since it's been back. Last week I sent it Tuesday to Hornby, special next day, and they returned it Saturday. So quick turnaround from Hornby there, thumbs up to them. The only thing I will say about Hornby on this is that when I phoned up to to send it in for repair, they were okay with it, but the customer service could be a bit more friendlier. There was no apology. You know, the guy I spoke to last week, when I rang him up on Monday to send it back, he knew I was sending it back for the second time, but there's no apology, or it could have been like just a goodwill £10 voucher to spend on their site, or £20, something like that, just to say sorry, because obviously Loco's been out of action for like the last month, because the first time it went in for repair, it did take a good couple of weeks, which they did advise me before it went. But it was a little bit disappointing. They were a bit blasé about it, and a bit, obviously they've done the job, and that's the main thing. But they could have been a bit more. Yeah, I can't put my finger on it, but just could have been a bit apologise and just say, oh look, we'll give you £20 voucher to spend on our website or whatever. Just to sweeten it a bit, because it was quite disappointing because I haven't been able to use it. So, but it's back now anyway, so time to put that behind us, and hopefully now it will be a good performer. So I think this is quite a nice crawl with this controller. I think we will bring the Pullmans out. And we'll show you it running around with the Pullmans. Off she goes, nice and steady. You see these do have the lights on them. Obviously I bought the extra one, then that's all 5 complete. But obviously do only get 4 with the bundle. But yeah, obviously at the moment, as many of you know, there's all change at Hornby at the moment. Obviously Simon Kohler's left and Montana's left. I know Simon was the brains behind this scale, which is great, and I've obviously invested a lot of money, but there is a slight little bit of concern now whether, I hope this scale's gonna do well, but I am a little bit worried. They just don't seem to be, not from their fault. I know there's supply issues and this just from no fault of their own, but they're just not getting Locos out fast enough to me. But it does seem to be going in the right direction. Now it's going into to the retailers. I think that's great, because that's going to get it out there and get people seeing it. Because that's the trouble with Hornby, is that you go into like Smith's toy store or any toy shops in them, you never see the Hornby train sets in there anymore. As a lot of you will remember from a time when I was younger, you'd go into the entertainer and there'd be a whole section just on Hornby with a layout there and everything. And there'd be it'd be Hornby, Scale Electric, Airfix, everything to get all the brands they'd done, but one big section, and it would show it off really well. But you don't get that in shops anymore. And yeah, you can see this on the internet, but you'll only see it if it's what you're looking up anyway, for it to come through on Facebook, etc. You got to go looking for it. Whereas in a shop, it's in the window. You're going to see it while you're out and about, with no intention of going out to buy a train set, but you'll see it. But when it's just on their website and they're promoting it, but if you're not into model railways online, you're not going to see it unless you go looking for it. So it needs to be there in the shop windows to capture people's imagination, to get them, to think, yeah, I could have this, it's tabletop. But yeah, is it good value for money? I'll let you guys decide on that in the comments. Me personally, I obviously at the moment I've had a bad experience with this Loco and I'm still not 100% convinced on it, so that's a bit disappointing. But I think it is a lot of money, but the hobby is expensive now. But I think it's a great way of starting off, It's just a shame if you do want to go digital, you've got to buy this power pack, which is £60 plus the £65 for the decoder as well, just to get started. You can't. How they explained it first was the fact you would be able to just turn your controller up to full power and run it from the iPad. I done some extensive research before doing this and realised that no, you can't do that. It's going to burn your Locos out. So I thought that probably sounded a bit too good to be true. So you've got that power pack there. So hopefully everything will go to plan, fingers crossed. And my next video will be of it running with sound off of the iPad over there. All good and well. But yeah, hopefully if I've done my research correctly, etc., should all work okay. And that this Loco proved to be reliable. But anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Sorry it's not been the best. I'm a bit sticky on YouTube at the moment. As soon as I turn the camera on, I'm a bit stutterish. I do apologise for that. But hopefully my videos can only get better. I just need to be making them more frequently, I think. That's all. Right, hope everyone has a good rest of their Tuesday evening, what's left of it anyway. And I will speak to you very soon in the next video. Cheers.